Alright guys, so today we're going to actually switch it up. We're starting with chapter 15, and we're going to start talking a little bit about quadrilaterals and some other shapes. So today we're spending our time talking about quadrilaterals. Just as a review, this is something that you probably touched on in second grade, but it may have been a while since we've kind of talked about it. A quadrilateral is any shape that has four sides. So a square, a rectangle, and then there's some that have special names that we're going to learn about today too. The word quad right here means four. So that's kind of why quadrilaterals have their special name. Four-sided figures, quadrilaterals. Any shape that has four sides can be called a quadrilateral, even if it doesn't have its own specific name. Okay. So if we look over here, what they've really done, they want us to fold a square piece of paper to make the fold lines, but they've actually shown us a picture of it down here. Our job is going to be to find as many different quadrilaterals as you can using the fold lines in the edges of the square paper, and then sketch each quadrilateral you find and describe it. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to trace over some, see if we can find a few different quadrilaterals in there. The first one I obviously see is the hole right here. It's a quadrilateral. It is a square. Looks pretty familiar to us. And then I also see these little squares inside of there. Okay, so there we go. We got some more quadrilaterals. And then I'm going to switch colors here so we don't have too many different colors going on. I'll grab something that will pop like red. I actually see these right here. That's a rectangle, another rectangle, and then a rectangle and a rectangle. Okay. Now you could sit here and do this and trace over and see how many total you could find. You could fold a piece of paper a different way and see if you could find more. You can try this at home. The one thing that I would say that's kind of important is to make sure that your paper is a square before you start it. You could start it with a rectangle, you just might not find any squares in it by the time you're done. So either way works, but if that's something you want to try at home and try to trace with a pencil how many different quadrilaterals you created in your folded piece of paper, that would be a really great way to practice finding quadrilaterals. Okay. This wants us to describe how we used what we know about quadrilaterals to identify shapes. So we just talked about, we know that quadrilaterals have four sides, so all we had to do was look for figures that had four sides on them. And then we were able to determine that they were quadrilaterals. The Welcome to Florida sign is a quadrilateral. How can you describe quadrilaterals? So here's where we're going to get into naming quadrilaterals, something a little bit more specific. An angle is formed when two sides of a polygon meet. So you can see right here, an angle is basically the corners, the inside corners. And angles a lot of times are going to be marked by these little sort of boxes in the corner to let you know that that is a right angle when you see a little box. You might also see it marked like this, with like more of a curved line. That means it's an angle but not a perfect angle, a right angle. A right angle means it measures 90 degrees, or basically that it's a perfect corner, that it's perfectly squared off. It doesn't have any slanting going on in it. It's not a big corner. It is a perfect corner. So that's what we call a right angle. I know you guys have seen that already on some of your work. And then the point where they meet is a vertex. So it's pointing just to the actual corner right here where those two sides meet together. That's called a vertex. And then obviously we kind of know a side is just one length, one piece of the four-sided figure. Okay. A polygon is another word that you guys probably heard in second grade, but it never hurts to review it. A polygon is any closed shape that has straight sides. So now we're switching. Polygons don't have to have four sides. They just have to have straight sides and be closed shapes. Okay? A quadrilateral is a polygon because it has straight sides and it's a closed shape. And more specifically, it's a polygon that has to have four sides. Okay, so polygons kind of like, if we're thinking about this, polygons at the top of our pyramid, and then we might say like a quadrilateral is one type of polygon. Okay, and then we know triangles are a type, things like that. So Polygon's kind of like the big type of shape. Quadrilateral is a type of polygon. And then even more specifically down here, some quadrilaterals have special names. This is a part of the video that I would pause on if I were you and just really try to learn the difference between each of them. We're going to go over them, but just as something for you to practice, because these are things that are going to be important for you to know moving on. And some of them are tricky. Okay, so I'm going to go over now these different types of polygons that we have down at the bottom, and more specifically, they are all types of quadrilaterals. So let me first erase some of these lines I had on them earlier. As you notice, there's probably some names on here that are familiar to you, like maybe the square over here, or even a rectangle, or maybe you've heard all these names before, but you're just not quite sure exactly what they mean. And this is that part of the video again that I would pause at and I would get to learn what each of these mean. A trapezoid here has one set of parallel sides. One pair of lines that never cross, and that's exactly what that word parallel means. When you hear me say that word, parallel, it means that they are lines that if you keep drawing them forever and ever and ever and ever in either direction, they would never touch. Okay, a trapezoid has that name because it only has one set of these sides. So there's the pair right there. These lines, if you kept drawing them forever and ever, eventually they would cross somewhere. So a trapezoid has four sides, only one set of parallel sides. If we look over here at that parallelogram that has that word parallel in it that we just talked about down here, meaning that opposite sides are parallel. So if we draw this one forever and ever or this one forever and ever, they would never touch. So that's one set of parallel sides. Parallelograms have two sets of those sides. They have to have both opposite sides that would never ever touch no matter how long you kept drawing them for. They also have opposite sides that are the same length, meaning that this side and this side are the same length, and this side and this side are the same length. Not all four sides, but two pairs of sides that are the same length. Okay. A rectangle, you guys have definitely seen this one before, but the reason it has its own special name is because it has four of those perfect corners we talked about, four of those right angles or squared off corners. It also has those two sets of parallel sides. It also has opposite sides that are equal length. So it falls under, it is a parallelogram, it is, but the reason it gets a specific name of rectangle is because it has these perfect corners. Not all parallelograms have to have those. The only type that do are rectangles, so it gets its own specific name. Moving on to a rhombus. A rhombus has two sets of those parallel sides that would never ever touch. And it also has two pairs of opposite sides that are equal length, so the same length. The reason it gets its special name of rhombus and it's not just considered one of these parallelograms is because all four of the sides are actually the same length. So it gets a special name of rhombus. It's technically a parallelogram, but it does have a special name since all four sides are the same length. And then a square. You guys know what squares are, but just as a reminder of why they get their name, a square does have four of these perfect corners, four right angles. It has two sets of parallel sides, and it has four sides that are equal length. So it is also considered a parallelogram. The reason it gets a specific name is because it has these perfect corners and because it has all four sides of the same length. So in order to be a square, you have to be a very specific shape. Down here at the bottom, it wants us to draw a quadrilateral that is an example of one of the shapes listed and then name the shape. So you could pick any of these and draw them. And then draw one that is not one listed in box B. So here's one that is listed, that's a rectangle because it has 1, 2 sides of same length, 1, 2 sides of same length, and then 2 sets of parallel sides with the 4 right angles in there too. Let's think about maybe this one. Still a quadrilateral, has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. It's not one of these. It doesn't fit into a nice, pretty type of quadrilateral. It doesn't have a special name, but it's still a quadrilateral. It's a closed-off figure. It has 4 sides. They're all straight, besides Miss Arnold's bad drawing here. But it's still considered a quadrilateral. It just doesn't have a specific name. Okay. Just really quickly, this is something that is just good for you to know, but not super, super important. There's types of polygons called convex, and there's types called concave. Concave polygons have little caves in them that I like to call. They have places where they dip in. Here's a cave right here. Here's a cave. Here's a cave. Convex don't have any parts that cave in. All their angles like go outward like this. They don't cave in anywhere. Okay. Okay, and then a little bit of practice for us. This figure is a rectangle, but why is it not a square? Well, if we think back to our different shapes over here, we know that in order to be a rectangle, you have to have 4 right angles and square corners, which it did. To be a square, you have to have all sides that are the same length. So it is a rectangle. It is not a square because even though it has 1, 2, and 1, 2, has 2 sets of the sides the same length, all 4 sides are not the same length. Okay. Same thing down here. This would be a part for you to pause in on paper. Just practice draw 2 different quadrilaterals that are not rectangles, squares, or rhombuses. So maybe flip back, draw just a plain parallelogram, draw a trapezoid, or just draw one that doesn't have a specific name. Grab a piece of paper and try and practice drawing different types of quadrilaterals. And then over here, remember how I kept saying on the other page that things can have more than one name? Like a rectangle is a parallelogram, but the reason it has a specific name of rectangle is because it has 4 right angles. Well, we can name quadrilaterals any of those things and still be correct, as long as they fit the attributes of that shape. For example, number 3 here is a quadrilateral for sure. It is also a parallelogram. Okay. I don't think it would fall under any other category because it doesn't have the right angles to be a square or a rectangle. It has 2 sets of parallel sides, so it's not a trapezoid, and all 4 sides are not the same length, so it is not a rhombus. Number 4 is still a parallelogram. It is also a rectangle. The reason it's a rectangle is because it has those 4 perfect corners. It has 2 sets of parallel sides, and it has 2 sets of opposite sides that are the same length. So we can call this one a quadrilateral, a parallelogram, or a rectangle, and all would be correct. The most specific name you can give it is a rectangle. We come down here to number 5 and 6. Number 5 is a parallelogram, of course the longest word. Whoa. E-L, there we go. Oh, Miss Arnold's brain was going too fast there. Okay, and then it is also a rhombus because all 4 of those parallel sides are the same length. So it gets that specific name of rhombus. Okay, and then lastly right here we can call this one, guess what? Parallelogram. We can call this a rectangle. And we can call it a square. The reason we can call it a rectangle is because it does fit all those attributes of a rectangle. It has 2 opposite sides equal length, 2 opposite sides parallel, but it's a square because all four sides are the same length.